If you're broke, start solving rich people problems. Because especially as an entrepreneur, we could take what you're doing today and do it for rich people and charge 10 times what you're making now. You see, in business, we call this the purchasing power, and it's something you want to consider when you're making your offers in your business. It gets a lot harder to become a millionaire building resumes for unemployed people versus being a copywriter for a multi-million-dollar business. Take whatever you're doing and do it for rich people. Like if you're a mindset coach, be a mindset coach for entrepreneurs. But see, you have to believe that you're a luxury in order to charge luxury prices, and this is where we get into expert energy.
Okay, do whatever you're doing, but do it for rich people so you can charge them 10 times more. Problem with that is people who are doing well didn't get to be doing well by being stupid about how much they pay for stuff. If you're a mindset coach and you come to me and say that you want to help me grow my business, and I ask you, what's your business? And then you show up in a tank top on Instagram or on TikTok rather, telling me how to make more money, but you have no track record yourself and you don't look like you're doing particularly well, and it's just the mindset belief that you have, I'm going to say, okay, I'm not going to pay you 10 times some other more qualified coach just because you have a mindset that you're worth 10 times more. I don't know, this kind of advice just doesn't resonate in the real world. Just because you want to charge 10 times more doesn't mean you're going to get paid 10 times more, and just because you're going to target people with more money than people who don't have as much money doesn't mean they're going to be stupid and just pay a ridiculous amount just because they have it. First thing you'll find out about most people with money is they like to hold on to it and not just throw it around because they have it. They didn't get there by throwing it around, so why would they start once they've finally achieved the success that they were looking for? So the other example, resume writer. Yes, you don't want to be writing resumes for people who can't afford to pay you at all for it. But writing resumes for people looking for six-figure jobs, you're not going to be able to charge 10 times more than helping people write resumes looking for five-figure jobs. So this advice just doesn't resonate with me, and I don't think that it really holds water in the real world.
Did you guys hear about, there was a video of, they set up like a fake luxury store. It was called like Papelli, and all they had was Payless shoes in there, like $20 shoes. But they named it Papelli, put a little asterisk on there, had $800, $900 price tags on these $20 shoes, and people were coming in, lining up to pay $800 for some shoes that cost $20. Branding. If you can brand your business, if you can brand yourself, you can sell anything to anyone at any time.
Well, yes. I mean, it's a good point in that people tend to take the price that you put on something at face value and decide whether or not they want it from that point, not comparing whether or not, boy, that looks a lot like a shoe that I could get at Payless for $20. The immediate thought somebody's going to have is, well, if this thing has an $800 price tag on it, there must be some difference between this and the Payless shoe. Otherwise, they'd be charging $20 for it. So people will take kind of the price at face value and evaluate from there. That doesn't mean, though, that you can just charge whatever as long as you have a brand, any brand, and charge anything you want and people will pay it. You may find one or two people who are going to assume because the price is high that the value and whatever must be there, but a lot of people are not going to be fooled. They're not going to be willing to spend whatever you want to charge just because you've named a high number. So this can work to some extent, and price does send a signal, but it's not quite as easy as stick a brand on something and charge 5 times or 10 times what the going rate would normally be and expect to have a line out the door, as this video implies. It's not quite that easy.
You're able to get some sort of early success on the business development side, do you think?
What I realised I was very good at, and it's the ability to be ruthlessly tenacious. And that first part of the journey is always the hardest bit with business development. And it's just like being on a Stairmaster or whatever your interest is, whatever's hard, translate that to business development.
Business development is really just another word for sales. And yes, this is accurate. Sales takes time to get going, and you don't often see results at first, and you have to build a network and build connections and build credibility and build some reference clients, and then it becomes easier over time. But if you quit expecting to have 5 sales in the first week and you don't have any sales in the first week and you think, oh, this isn't working at all, this is a disaster, and you quit, well, then you're definitely not gonna have any sales. If you learn from each sales meeting, what did I do right, what did I do wrong, what can I do better, and take that to the next one and the next one and the next one and stick with it, ruthlessly tenacious was his words, then you are going to find success. You are going to make sales. You are going to grow that business. We all start with 0 clients and then we get our first client. and then we get our second client, and then we can grow to the point where we can get 10 clients in a day. But you don't get 10 clients in a day, day one. You definitely have to have the mindset of this is a long-term process and it's going to take time and I can't quit if you want to be successful. If you don't have that mindset, it's probably not worth starting.